Hello boys and girls. Today you're going to be working with irregular verbs in the past tense. Before you do your work for today, make sure you watch my video lesson on irregular verbs where I explain the difference between using the simple past tense of an irregular verb and the past participle form of the irregular verb. But let's just do a quick review. You'll notice this page is also in the document that I posted to your class dojo so you can follow along. Irregular verbs in the past tense. Most verbs are regular in the past tense. That means if you follow a rule like adding ed or adding d to get the past tense form of the verb. Some verbs are irregular in the past tense. That means you don't follow a rule. Instead, you must remember the past tense form of the verb. Marty left the party early. Left is the irregular past tense form of leave. Julie lost her keys. Lost is the irregular past tense form of lose. So notice those past tense forms don't just add a d or ed to the end to form the past tense. They actually change their spelling completely, which is really important to remember, and unfortunately you're just going to have to memorize all of these irregular verbs. So let's look at your assignment for today. You actually have 5 pages of these sorting words. You're supposed to pair the present tense form that's given to you here with the correct past tense form that's given down here. Now remember, because these verbs are irregular, they're not going to follow the rule where you add d or ed, so you're going to have to see what the correct past tense form is. I highly recommend you use the chart that I gave you in the lesson video to match up some of these others you might recognize right away. But because I've given you 60 questions, which is a lot, I'm actually going to give you both today and tomorrow to work on this assignment. So you don't have to have these all done for today. You can use today and tomorrow to complete all of these questions. Now, how do you go about doing this? Well, the instructions say cut out the words below and match the irregular verb to the past tense form. So you can, if you have scissors and glue and all that, cut out all these words down here and glue them next to the correct corresponding verb here in the present tense. Or if you want to save yourself some time, or maybe you don't have scissors and glue, you can just simply use a pencil or pen and write in your word next to these. I recommend pencil because sometimes you might make a mistake and then you'd have to go back and fix it. So let's look at the first example together. Say is the present tense form of the verb. Now we have to look at our word bank at the bottom to try and find what might be the correct past tense form of say. Maybe some of you spotted it right away. Said is right here. Said is the correct past tense form of say. Now, a lot of them will look similar to the original verb, but notice it's a weird spelling change. You didn't just add ed or d. You changed that y to an I first and then added a d. It's strange and it doesn't follow any rules because it's irregular. So let's try one more before I let you guys work on this on your own. Number 2 is make. What's the past tense form of the verb make? Well, maybe some of you saw it already down here. The verb made is in the past tense. So I would just write made next to make. Now again, if you are not printing out these worksheets and you don't have them in front of you, you're just writing on white lined paper, you can just feel free to write down the heading, which is irregular verb past tense sort, write the number of the question that you're working on, number 1, say, and then right next to it you can write the irregular past tense form. So still use these words down here as your word bank, but you can feel free to do this how you like. You can cut it out and glue it if you like, you can just fill it in once you've printed it out, or you could make your own setup on white lined paper with the number of the question, the regular present tense form of the verb, and then the irregular past tense form. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions. Again, you're taking today and tomorrow to complete all 60 of these questions. There are a lot, boys and girls, so please feel free to take your time with those. And let me know if you have any difficulties. Tomorrow I'll be posting the answer key so you can check your own answers. You don't have to submit it to me for checking. All right? Thanks so much, boys and girls. I'll see you soon.